So Bayer Leverkusen, the unbeaten boys, were actually beaten by Ademola Lookman, or should I say Atalanta, in the Europa League final, getting beaten 3-0 and ending their 52-match streak. And some may say Xabi Alonso's record doesn't go down as unbeaten because he did lose that one final, as today Alonso gets another shot at doing it, taking over Leverkusen until they go unbeaten. And yes, I know they did it, of course, in the Bundesliga and all of Germany, really, but this man right here, he gets another shot at world football domination as we take over Bayer until we win every game. Or not win every game. We can, of course, draw them, but we have to go unbeaten in every competition. That is what we're rebuilding to. And I can't even speak. I just want to dive straight into this one, and that is the team which I don't think would go unbeaten now. A lot of low rated, but it really shows what Xavi's done. He has got this team firing in Germany. But if we are to fire, of course, worldwide and win everything, we have to, of course, get better players. Only 187 rated. As there is no rules to this one, we can spend all 72 million if we decide to. We've just got to make a goated team. And a goated team needs tactics, as I've got to think to EA logic here. I believe Gegenpress would probably get us playing best in simulations, because we have no control over it. I am going to go for that formation. Yes, we could be here for all 15 seasons. As right now, that is the best team we can actually make, and we can't even get everyone in the right bloody positions here. As the first move I'm making, I'm lone listing a lot of good players here, the likes of Ademola, even Boniface, because in the actual team, Chicken Iglesias is higher rated, and that's going to get us the best luck of going unbeaten, which I know is a bit unrealistic, but we've got to get this challenge done, as the first signing we've got to make, definitely a goalkeeper. Lucas Hradecki is the captain of the club and a brilliant goalkeeper, but we need a better one in game. As if we are to win this challenge, we've got to get a young keeper in and hopefully make him rise, as these are the three I've chosen: Karnasheki, Verbruggen and Chevalier. Now, on the whole, I think the best average one is Lucas Chevalier. So this is the man we're going to pick up for 26 million. It's rather cheap. It gives us still 40 plus to go out there and probably get another cam, because we are playing cams in this formation. Vert's the best one. I'm holding on to him all save. Palacios, I do rate him. I am going to keep him here, but not in the starting 11. As of course, a strong bench is crucial when going unbeaten, as Arda Güler, we're collecting potential players as he comes across to join the ex-Madrista Alonso in his challenge, of course, for world domination. Makes him sound like a villain saying it that way, as I know our squad's got weaker. I am kind of just accepting we're not going unbeaten season 1, but having potential players here like Güler and Chevalier, who I'm just going to put straight into the lineup, will improve them in future. Ratings are crucial when going unbeaten, so Juventus have paid the release clause of Patrick Schick, the striker. Well, it looks like another youngster, Adley, who we haven't loaned out because we've loaned everyone else out, is going to be starting. As when I said I'm loaning players out, I really wasn't lying. There's Hincapie, Hlozek, Teller, even Boniface. A lot of players sent out right there, as this is the moment in the video where I plead with you guys to hit the subscribe button. We are on a race to 30k. It looks like the channel might hit the milestone in the biggest amount of time in any other milestone we've ever gone for, which is brilliant, as this is how our team looks season 1. I can tell you right now without looking, we're not going unbeaten. Andrix disappeared as well. I'm guessing another release clause was paid. I mean, just look at our bench. Look how stinky it is. But hey, despite having a relatively bad team on paper, we still make the Champions League, meaning more revenue. Love to see that, you know, as we haven't made a cup final. And the top scorer in the league was Florian Wirtz. He's going to be here, I think, all save, in matter of fact, as the top scorer really, though, was the on loan Victor Boniface. As we straight into season 2 here, and that is how our budget looks, 192 million. That is a lot of money. As if you're wondering where that came from, Andrik sold for 55 million. Then, of course, Patrick Schick, which we did not spend the money from. As on paper, this is our best team, but it's got Hradecky back in goal, Victor Boniface back up front, which I still think we can improve on. But the next step on going unbeaten is looking at the oldest players in the team. We've got Granit Xhaka 31, Hoffman 31, of course Hradecky 34, but we've already signed a younger keeper, so it's screaming at me right now, midfielders is what we need. And what better midfielder to get to partner Ezequiel Palacios than his Argentine counterpart, Enzo Fernandez. He's going to cost a big bit of our budget, valued at 116.7 and 93.4. If we could get him on the lower side, I'd be absolutely buzzing, as we especially need him now. Granit Xhaka going to Bayern. We've robbed them of 41 million, as I know he was a good player, but I just feel more confident in having Enzo, already 85 rated, and is only 23 years old. Maybe remind Xavi of the younger self, as now it's just that can we need. Hoffman is very good at the moment, and I do want to keep him at the club. He can go on the bench as backup with this man coming into play ahead of him, and already experienced in Germany, Xavi Simons. A player that I actually didn't expect to get a good deal on in the end, giving us an extra 48 million and 25 going on Lenny Yoro. Another wonder kid on paper who is going to go straight on loan actually, as this is the team we've got. Very much liking it, but do we go unbeaten with it? I'm not too sure, as there's the loan deal straight away. Lenny Yoro going to Wolves. As again, I didn't really bother checking the Champions League group, as we only lose 3 games. So we have, of course, not won it this time round. As no cup final, though, so we were actually off it in the cups. But in the Champions League, we did top our group, going unbeaten in topping the group and hammering Dynamo Kiev to then beat Arsenal, you know. And we only lost in the semi-finals to Alonso and Goulazor's ex-team, as speaking of Arda Güler, he's still not getting played, as Hoffman is on one. He's looking motivated at the minute, 32-year-old but 86 is our highest rated player at the club. Florian Wirtz, who's literally one of the world's best, already in this save, but our top scorer is our striker, 25 goals from Victor Boniface. As that was a fun season, and I've got to say I'm looking very optimistically at this squad. Brilliant team already, as the ratings are creeping up, which takes us towards going unbeaten, but of course, you really can't predict anything with this game. Don't believe I've ever done it before, as 189 million? Jeez, we do get some big budgets in Germany. As speaking of Germany, I do have an outdated German kit on, but if you do want the new Euros one, Soccer Deal Shop in the description. Code MWS for a checkout, as Yoro is already back. I think he does need another loan though. Doesn't even fit on our bench. As the player that I want to sign, I mean, he is scoring for fun, is Boniface, but we either need a new striker or a new centre-back. Which I know is weird saying when I'm literally loaning Yoro out, but Jonathan Taran Tapsoba at the youngest of centre-backs. Sure, they're not old as well, but Frimpong progressing massively, Grimaldo at his old age. We've got to try and keep him good. And in order to keep him good, we need a good centre-back at the side of him. Yes, I know I just said we need younger players, but this man is quality. As welcome to Leverkusen, Ronald Araujo, even Alonso, an ex-Madrid man. Got to admit, this man is brilliant. Going straight into our defence, and it must have helped Grimaldo immediately. He's gone +1 to a 90. As now, where do we sign? Well, I was looking at the squad momentarily and thinking, why don't we try go big? Fede Valverde. We're breaking the bounds of realism now, which, to be fair, going unbeaten like Bayer Leverkusen have in real life, it's not something we can do without breaking the bounds of realism. As this is the offer I'm submitting, 100 million plus Palacios. That is a brilliant deal for them, but they won't accept it. Okay, time for our second choice. A little bit older, lower rated, but Frankie de Jong. We're just trying to get Araujo a good mate in the team. As somewhere in this FC save, there'll be a very jealous Ten Hag, as we have poached De Jong for 112 million. But a very solid squad now, with our weakest place being goalkeeper, which worries me a little bit, and I am simming through pre-season. These pre-season games don't count. Let's get into the real ones. As will it be third time lucky for Leverkusen? I believe this is season 3, and we have won the Pokal, meaning we do have one trophy. But I did see Kimmich with the other one, as we finished third in the Bundesliga, taking 5 defeats there. And I'm shocked that we didn't win it. Seriously, how are we not winning it? Right, Bayern Munich are a problem. Something has to be done about them, as Atletico Madrid actually won the Champions League. As we've got 90 rateds all over the shop, and the top scorer in the league, Wirtz with 25. Unbelievable from who probably will stay our best man, and look at the money we have. 238 million. For a third place finish, that is absolutely brilliant, but before anything, we're going to actually spend it on a few better coaches. As I'm going to chuck everything at this season, you can see that is the team we've made, and I'm going to play tactically this season. And I'm not talking team tactics, as undoubtedly the hardest thing to do in this challenge is of course go unbeaten in the Bundesliga. It's a 34-game season. The other cups are less than that, and Bayern Munich keep beating us, so why don't we try steal their best player, which is Jamal Musiala. Oh, do we make the move? Maybe not right now, actually, but take 2 players off them instead. I think taking 2 would be better for us in Matthijs de Ligt and Diogo Costa. A sensational sweep up here, as this is Matthijs de Ligt walking in, followed by Diogo Costa. That is a big brain move. Weakening the rival, strengthening our bench, as we're gonna struggle seeing ratings from now on, because all of the international players, but we still do need a backup striker. As Adli left the club, and to be fair, we have Hlozek and Azmoun both running out of contract, so if we could sell both of them as well, we should have a fat wad of cash, as that is Azmoun leaving the club, but Hlozek won't budge, so we've got 57 million now. And I'm going to try and be smart again. And I aren't like that too often, but this man Martinho Fernandes looks like a regen of a big man, and that big man being Ronaldo. Well, if he is truly or truly not, it's still to be desired. But getting him into the club, one big, huge move. As let's see if he can take us unbeaten. I mean, if pre-season, though, is anything to go off, we couldn't even beat 2 Indian Super League teams. As let's see how we did this season. I believe with 4 seasons in, we have won the Pokal again. So it's on as it stands, and we did win the Bundesliga, but you can see there was 3 defeats. Weakening Bayern has worked, but still there's work to do. Lost the Super Cup. All right, so we actually didn't win that one, and the Champions League. Dortmund made the final, as we did a reverse. We didn't win a game. 0 wins instead of 0 L's. That's a very big shock to me. As honestly, look at the team and tell me how that has happened, as there is some weird changes going on, but the squad just looks excellent. And De Ligt, who we stole, is now replaced by Tapsoba, who's 90 rated, and Costa is the same rating as the bench goalkeeper Chevalier. A lot going on here, as Florian Wirtz still our best player. Can we hit a 99 rated player? I've never done that before, as I've never gone unbeaten, and that's what we're trying to do here, as actually Martino Fernandes got 18 goals. As I seriously don't believe that. Borussia Dortmund winning the Champions League. Do we have to weaken them now to try and help ourselves? We'll just have to see, as I spoke about selling Boniface, but we've got 343 million and we can spend it all. Of course, I added no rules to this save with how difficult it's actually going to be. Can we actually replace Gula with a 90 rated player? Because we can put him on the bench instead of Hoffman, and of course we need another striker, a 90 rated striker. Maybe keeper, but we do have 2 88 rateds who should be able to cope, as honestly, Xabi, this is a great team. No wonder he's staying at Leverkusen in real life. if he builds this. He'd go down as one of the GOATs, I swear down. As one thing that hasn't worked out for us is the rating of Lenny Euro. Maybe he could be transfer listed, because let's face it, we should be actually getting better players than 83 rated and just buying literally anyone, as we have the cash to do so. And one place that I've not been much already, the Premier League. Martin Odegaard, he needs to be the first signing, as hopefully he comes into the club shortly. But before anything like that happens, we have sold Victor Boniface 150 million to Madrid, which is huge, as we've brought in Martin Odegaard. And I tell you what, it's a shame it's not Havertz, but he was only 88 rated. And as we try and go unbeaten, we need the best of the best. So that means Fernandes coming out, and a few bench players right there. As here's the first incomer. Backup Cam instead of Hoffman. Bilal Al-Kanous, weakening Paris. And the striker, well, he's actually still got his mask on. We've swapped a Nigerian for a Nigerian in getting Victor Osimhen. A brilliant buy, that one, but don't think we're wasting any money. Destiny Adogie, a backup fullback, which we don't have. As please tell me we've done it. There's not much more that we can do, and we've took 2 defeats. Who do we actually sign? I'm going to check who them defeats were to, as we did win the Super Cup. We're not trophy counting anyway. Didn't make the Pokal. Beaten in the semi-finals by Wolfsburg as the Champions League. Did we go through? We topped our group with 6 wins, to then get dumped out by Chelsea, who technically didn't beat us in 90 minutes anyway. Lost 4-2 on penalties. As I'm actually starting to doubt this challenge and not doubt our strikers though. Fernandes has still been playing. He's 90 rated. Sorry, Victor Osimhen, he's already submitted a transfer request. I basically have doomed his career because he just doesn't play. Fernandes gets the game time as the 22-year-old scored 30 goals. But still, we didn't go unbeaten. As I'm starting to lose faith, I am starting to think that this challenge was not worth it. Is what a quitter would say. As 289 million, we're going to keep on going with this one. Can we just please go unbeaten in every single competition? Doesn't help really that we're actually always in the Champions League. I thought maybe we'd get Europa and maybe go unbeaten through that. Unlike real life, as we're going to make a few changes right here, I might put Ademola in because, of course, he is younger than Odegaard. And best believe I'm still adding coaches. I'm still trying new tactics out. As who do we actually sign? They're all our highest rated. It's by far the best team we've ever had, and we are winning things still. But we're going to go for a goalkeeper, right? I've had enough of Diogo Costa. And Chevalier can stay as backup, as it's time. Donnarumma time. As the man is addicted to money, so we go and double his Paris wages. Money's not a resource to us, we just have it in abundance. So yeah, a full over 90 rated team now, and Frimpong's energy is low. Our bench is very decent. There's only one thing that I'm gonna do, and that, my friends, is go and steal Jamal Musiala, who actually beat us twice last year. Oh, but we can't afford him. Oh, okay, so maybe money is a resource to us. We've got 141 million left. Let's weaken another team in Dortmund, as we've gone ahead and stole Johan Bakayoko. He doesn't even fit into our team, but at least it's stopping a rival. Them and Bayern Munich, along with Wolfsburg, the teams to beat us last year, as we are going to change him to a cam and then put him on the bench. As ladies and gentlemen, before we get into showing you the results of the season, which I often already seen, we've broke a channel record. The first ever 99 rated on the MWS channel is Florian Wirtz. Brilliant. He's got really good stats as well. Fernandes, 97. The other Fernandes, 94. The only problem with the team now is Grimaldo's rating. He's 89. I think we know where we need to sign if we haven't gone unbeaten, which we've done in the Bundesliga. Weakening Dortmund was a huge step forward. Unbelievable. So I'm going to take a breather before I check anything else to try and change Bakayoko, which somehow has took more weeks than usual. I don't understand that. He should have been ready already, as we've won the Super Cup as well. We're not counting trophies, but we are counting unbeaten as we've done the double over Wolfsburg. Champions League is the only thing to check as we have won it! We've done it! We have won the Champions League, beating Marseille, Real Madrid, round of 16 against Napoli. All that's left is to check the group stages, which we got beaten. We got beat in the group stages. You are kidding me. Just look at the results as I flick through. Beaten in the group stage. This challenge is going to be the death of me, I swear, as who beat us. Malmo beat us. Malmo, the Swedish club. Looking at the ratings of their players, they've got 178. And that is literally it. I don't believe it. We've beaten Madrid, Marseille, Bayern twice, Dortmund twice, but lost to Malmo. Oh, God. How do we beat the mighty Malmo? Right, left back on paper is the position we really need, but we don't need anyone. Adogie coming into the team for a second as we're going to replace him out. And maybe another Cam. There was Frankie de Jong in there, but I don't feel like replacing him. Alejandro Balde, on the other hand, I do feel like getting him in. Oh yeah, and we're not going to struggle for money again. We've got 267 million, plus when we want to sign a player, we just get rid of the one we want to replace. As it's actually a bit alarming how many players that Xavi's signed from Barca here, but if we're talking about realism, this video is a little bit off it. Yeah, it's not how I like to do things, but this is a challenge that needs to be won. Alejandro Balde, welcome to Bayer Leverkusen, as he's hopefully joined by another attacking midfielder. We've sold El Canunis. He never worked out as a hidden gem. As hopefully it's third time lucky for Jamal Musiala. We're throwing everything at him. And finally, it's accepted, as I've thrown everything at this man, including Martin Odegaard to Bayern, so maybe that's a bad move, but I'm trusting having him in, as I'm throwing everything at winning this year, so hopefully it pays off. If not, everyone is signed up, so that means everybody is happy. We don't have anyone lower than 82 rated at the squad. We even have Diogo Costa as our third choice goalkeeper. If that doesn't tell you we deserve to go unbeaten in this save, well, just looking at the first team does, because that is sensational. And I don't know what more we can do. Look at that team. This is the end of the season now. It is brilliant. Balde's somehow full of energy, and I know I'm making this change already, but I'm expecting the worst, of course. Gula goes in the team, as how have the results gone? We lost. Oh, no, we didn't. We won. Can I not read? Winning the Champions League over Real Madrid. As was there any defeats? No, not in any of those, I don't think. I'll rerun it back, but it is the group that's most important. We avoided actually getting beaten. No Malmo in there, which is brilliant stuff. As hey, we've won a cup as well. The Pokal makes it a double. And we didn't lose a Champions League game. I went back and checked as we've won the Super Cup. But of course, the worst thing is still to check the Bundesliga as we've done it. We've actually done it. We've gone from 1 defeat to 0 defeats at all. That's absolutely unbelievable. We conceded a lot of goals. I've got a realism mod. And we've still gone unbeaten. I mean, to be fair, with how stacked our team is, it is realistic that we'd actually win everything. Frimpong 99, Wirtz 99, 98 Fernandez, and then a 97 Fernandez. As look at the goal contributions. Martino Fernandez, 53 goals in 54 games. That is how our final team looks. We even had a 91 rated in there. In Frankie de Jong, as the last thing I've done is collect players that did play for us before to see how their careers are doing. The sacrifices to the cause. I'm going to just flick through them so you can pause at any time to see the ratings. A few decent players in there. A few of them like Xhaka, Andrik, even, I think Hoffman, of course, he retired. He retired at this club. As I genuinely can't believe it. With how close we came last time, lads and lasses, it is possible. As if you want to see me do this again and torture myself, maybe I do it with the worst club in the game. Leave a comment down below, and I will see you all next time.